AMC just got picked up by a huge investment firm. Let's talk about who this is, where I think the stock price could be headed because of this, and a variety of other news. Make sure to watch to the very end of this video so you don't miss any of my analysis on AMC. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're new here. But other than that, guys, let's get right into this video. Alrighty, guys, here we are with AMC Entertainment. We're currently sitting around $37.01 per share, down just about 2.96% on the day. Now, this was the last trading session, which of course was just a few days ago on, I believe it was July 29th, if I'm not mistaken. Overall, a relatively flat day for AMC. As you can see here, not too much movement in the overall stock price. And we're obviously, of course, looking at this on public.com. Now, what I really want to talk about this video, and the main point of this video that I, of course, wanted to discuss, is this a giant fund scooped up AMC stock and bought more Tilray and Carnival? But of course, the main point here is AMC. Let's read a little bit further and see which fund it bought AMC and what they think about it and why they did this. New Jersey's underfunded state pension recently made major changes to its U.S. traded stock investments. The state of New Jersey Common Pension Fund D, the pension's largest fund by assets, initiated a position in AMC Entertainment Holdings, ticker AMC, and stock increased investments in marijuana producer Tilray and, of course, the cruise giant Carnival Cruise Lines. It slashes investment in Chinese internet giant Alibaba Group in the second quarter. The pension disclosed the stock trades, among others, in a form it filed with the Securities and Exchange Commission. The State's Department of Treasury, whose division of investment oversees the pension, declined to comment on the individual stock investments, but the agency noted that it employs a passive investment strategy. Pension Funds D total assets stood at $50.5 billion as of June 30th, 2020, while total assets of the pension were $80.4 billion. According to the latest annual audited financial statement, but the pension's fiduciary net position as a percentage of the total pension liability was 38.37% at the date, meaning the pension had little more than 38 cents for every dollar it owed. That is down from 39.7 cents for every dollar owed by the previous year. Let's talk about what this all means and get into why this pension fund may have bought AMC. Now, a lot of you are probably thinking, well, does this signify a possible buy signal? Is there something that institutions like this pension fund, for instance, that they know that we don't? And I would argue no, there's nothing that they don't know that we don't. In this case, this is not a large, huge financial institution. I mean, again, this is a pension fund for the state of New Jersey. It's a relatively obscure fund that overall would not have any more, access to any more resources than any of these large, huge funds like BlackRock, for instance, or Vanguard, or any of these other type of huge funds. But what is interesting, in my opinion, is the fact that they chose this stock. Now, AMC, of course, we know, for the most part, a lot of outside views and, viewpoints on this stock have a lot of risk. They think that AMC is a risky stock, of course, and they think that this stock could potentially lose a lot of value in the coming months. But as we've seen in the overall price action just over the last couple of months, that's not really the case. Yes, we have pulled back significantly from the all-time highs that we hit during the gamma squeeze, but that does not mean necessarily that we are still trading below what we were trading at before the squeeze, because now we're holding at these very high levels still, around the $30 to $40 range, and even up to the 50s at some point, and we continue to trade kind of tightly in that range. And we can even look at that in a trading view here in just a moment. But overall, that's how AMC has been going just for the past couple of days and even weeks and months. And what I find interesting about this fund is sending money or putting money to work with AMC is perhaps this might be a lottery type play. Now, we know, of course, with the reopening of all of the different states and of course most of the country, we know that AMC has been doing very, very well as far as revenue goes. They've been able to open most, if not all, of their locations, and they're able to, of course, get back into the positive as far as cash flow goes. We've also seen, and we made a video on this just a day ago, we saw that they're expected to beat on earnings. They're expected to have a really good earnings call this coming August. I believe it's August 11th is when the next earning call is, and they're expected to do fairly well. So this is something that I think is important to take into account, right? That we have now seen, and now with this especially, we've seen big institutional investors or institutional funds putting money into this stock, seemingly very confident in its further success. Now, whether or not that happens is still unseen, but for a fund like this, where it's not just a something that it is a financial instrument that other people are involved with, right? That's what pension funds are all about. Of course, it helps people retire and have a stable income. But what's interesting is that you would think that with a pension fund that had that many people's income, of course, on the line, you would think that they would pick, I guess, traditionally, and I'm not saying that AMC is not safe, but safe investments, right? Index funds, different types of bond funds, things like that are typically more stable and less volatile. But these are heavily, of course, volatile positions, right? These are volatile type of stocks, especially with Carnival Cruise Line and, of course, with Tilray. But AMC, I would argue, is the most. But AMC also has the most potential to go very, very big, right? There's a lot of potential here for a possible moonshot. And that's what we've always talked about with AMC. AMC has always had the potential to go very big as long as retail sentiment stays up and positive catalysts continue to come in. And of course, if there's a whole renewed renaissance, of course, of interest that we've seen, I mean, that's what happened with Reddit, right? The Reddit kind of infused rally, or the gamma squeeze rather, a lot of that was to do with overall volume and the way that retail traders were flowing into that stock. So if something like that happens again, we could totally see another spike in price. We've already seen it happen on a kind of very small miniature scale just a couple of days ago, even a week ago, where we saw AMC shoot up in price in the intraday trading session. It has fallen back and corrected since then. But again, it is something to, of course, take into account. Let's wrap this video up here and we'll get kind of into the more fun part here with the technical analysis sector. Here we are on TradingView. And this was the last trading session, as you can see here, just to show you, July 30th. And as you can see, AMC relatively flat for the day, right? We had a little bit of an intraday run here up to about the $39 level. Could not hold that level though, and unfortunately pulled back significantly all the way down here, ending the day off at about $36.88. Now, if we pull out a little bit further here, as you can see, it has been on a bit of a downtrend for the last 2 trading sessions here. And unfortunately, that has just not really been faring. AMC has not been faring too well over the last couple of days. Now, we did have a bit of a recovery here when the RSI signaled down here below kind of the 30 level, signaling, of course, an oversold, stock, or basically a stock that could be on a decent sale. That wouldn't be a bad idea to grab. And what do you know? Shoots back up in intraday, hits a high of about $39, pulls back a little bit here, and then hits another high of $40 and does it again. But then unfortunately, just these levels could not hold, and we can see it, and we saw a continued downtrend. This happens when people take profits. Now, a lot of apes in AMC, they don't sell, right? They only buy and they only hold. They don't sell until this thing hits $1,000 or $2,000 share, right? But what you guys have to remember, and what it's so important to remember about AMC, of course, is the fact that there are plenty of people in this stock who are not dedicated to the cause, who are not dedicated to AMC, who are not dedicated to sticking it to the hedge funds or any of that. They want money, right? And if they see their position, if they bought in at, let's say they bought in at $39 and all of a sudden AMC shoots up to 40 or just about $40, they're gonna sell. And because more than likely, they've had a lot of hurt. There's been a lot of room for hurt in this stock. And if you were one of those people who were down significantly and you weren't really dedicated to the cause like other people were, you likely sold at higher prices. Now, that's not necessarily a terrible thing, but again, it is something to keep in mind. But other than that, guys, that is pretty much it for AMC. I hope I've earned your thumbs up today. Please like the video, subscribe if you're new, hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video like this. If you guys want a free stock with Public, we just recently partnered up with Public, and they have an amazing app and brokerage that you guys can use to not only trade stocks, but also follow some of your favorite investors and favorite social media influencers who also invest in the stock market. You can see real time what they're buying and what they're selling. And overall, it's an amazing brokerage, an amazing app. Use our link down in the description below so you guys can sign up and get a free stock when you guys sign up. But other than that, guys, that is all I have for you guys today. I'm Kyle with Finance Bro. Take it easy.